Channels presents Flying High at Cannes, a series in which we talk to some of the most accomplished Indian artists at the Cannes Film Festival.
I know that that's how it started, that this overwhelming desire to tell this man's story. And we as in India, why are we like this? Why are we, as somebody where we can't believe that a good boy exists, you know what I mean? He's one of those guys in the class who does all his homework, he'll have his shoe polished, he'll wear the glass, he'll wear his shirt tucked in, and you want to slap him because, you can't be that good and not have a flaw. And so that's probably what kind of got to me. I was never going to get a proper director because nobody could understand rocket science the way it is supposed to be, because it is rocket science.
It's literally rocket
science. Yeah. So I said, so be it, and I jumped into it. And I remember I called a friend of mine and he told me one shot at a time. And so we took it on one shot at a time, 3 languages. Every shot to be done in 3 languages. All my actors here speak Hindi, Tamil and English. Anupama, we've done something crazy. Because there is so much of English in the Hindi version. Because, a large part of the film is in Scotland, is in France, is in Russia. And they can't be speaking in Hindi. Okay, so they're speaking in English. So we have a English version where they speak English and Hindi. And we have a Hindi version.
You dubbed it in Hindi
Everybody's
as well.
in Hindi.
Correct.
So we have 5 dubbed languages and 3 original languages. If my protagonist was a runner or a cricket player, I don't have to define his ability to the audiences. They know. This is how the square cut is it, and this is how he runs very fast. That's how do you explain a rocket science's achievement and then have it in awe. And what he's done has to be awe-inspiring for you to understand why it is such an injustice that he has to go through what he did. So I had to write it in such a way that by the time the first half got over, everybody in the hall thought they knew enough about Rocketry. And so to make it that, I had to have him there and say, am I saying something wrong if I break it down into this layman's terms or stuff like that? And that's the only reason he was there. In most biopics, you have to add a little bit of cinematic liberties to make it palatable as cinema.
Sure.
I can promise you that in this film, I had to take out stuff to make it believable. Forget about palatable as cinema. Whatever you have seen so far in the trailer is all true. There's no liberty being taken. There's nothing which is, a spin-off from the fact with half a fact. Time and space has been crunched so that we can, characters who are contributed to the story in 2 different individuals that have become one.
Sure.
That's the kind of liberty I had to take as a writer. But apart from the incidences that actually happened, they actually did. So for me, to dramatize them, was an.
You don't have to.
I didn't have to.
Because the truth is stranger than fiction, right?
And much more dramatic and impactful than if I had to, conceive something creatively about it. It was just naked. If you ask me one singular thing that managed, that helped me make this film the way I wanted it to, is because of an extraordinary God-sent team. So I had a casting team that found these people who would speak English, Hindi and Tamil as fluently. And they were also scientifically inclined. So the one thing we did was, hundreds of days of rehearsals.
Really?
Yeah. So we just, except for Mr. Shahrukh and Surya, everybody else, we were doing rehearsals. I would do the production and the entire logistics during the day, and at 10 o'clock at night we'll sit and then we'll start, Simran and the rest, all the actors here. We'll do the scene once in one language, and then we'll do it in Tamil, and then we'll do it in English.
So you workshopped it a lot.
Yeah. Everybody was very keen. I mean, I was as a director, I needed the workshop myself. Every day we would plan our shoot from 7 in the morning till 6 in the evening. I don't think we ever reached 6 in the evening ever. We packed up at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock every
Because you were
day.
all rehearsed so much, you knew exactly what was
exactly what we had to do.
Right.
So whether it's turned out, where people will appreciate what you've done is anybody's question. But it's definitely turned out the way we wanted it. My wife was a great support in terms of strength. She says, "I've never seen you so happy. You're exhausted, you're pissed off, you're tired, but you're sleeping with a smile." And I'm saying, I'll trade all the money in the world for that.
You talked about your son, who of course is making his own headlines and his own waves, and then talking about being in the Olympics 2024. So clearly ambition runs in the family.
Well, I don't talk about it. He's kind of vociferous about it. I told him, just take it easy, man. So he says, you take it easy.
But isn't that fabulous?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of what he and Sarita have managed to achieve. There were a lot of people with raised eyebrows when we moved to Dubai for his training, but it is his growth spurt. You know, the children have a growth spurt. The Russians are very particular about this growth spurt because that's when the nutrition value and exercise kicks in. And it was during that time that he got COVID and all the pools were closed. So I had no choice. You know, my wife actually just upped and left, and I had to run behind her after that. But it was a good move because he's been training hard over there. Hey guys, I'm at Cannes and I had this wonderful opportunity to do an interview with Anupama Chopra about Rocketry, and a lot of secrets have been revealed, including how cool and wonderful it is in Cannes. Do watch it, share and subscribe on Film Companion.